Hi folks, welcome back. Today it's a McLaren 570S and we've just installed a stonking hi-fi system in it. So I'm going to take you around it and show you what we did. This car came in with basic audio. We see a few of these, but not that many with bass audio. We thought it would be a challenge, and it has been a little bit of a challenge, but nothing we can't cope with, obviously. So, you know, the key factor is the doors open up, so you can't add any weight. So we've had to use a real lightweight soundproofing product. So we've gone for Dynamatic Extreme. It's one of the lightest products out there and also one of the most effective. So it enables us to deaden the door without affecting the door opening and closing properly. And if you don't deaden this door, the hi-fi is just not going to work. We've actually managed to remanufacture the entire bottom section of the door here, and we've got a Audison AP8, which is an 8-inch woofer in there. So we're driving it as a subwoofer. In the top here, we've refabricated everything behind this grille, and in there we've got an Audison AV3 and an AV3 and an AV1. So that's from the Audison Voce range. So we've got a Prima 8-inch woofer, AV3, AV1 in there. And what you can't see underneath this panel is the amplifier, which is a Audison multi-channel Class D Forza amplifier. So that's running the whole thing with lots and lots of control. We have cleverly managed to bypass the factory amplifier. So this car, even in basic audio, has a factory amp. We've located a factory amp, we've completely removed it. Now that's cool because everyone's pretty weight conscious, so we save a couple of kilos, we put our amp back in, so that's kind of a nice offset. But more to the point, by removing the amplifier, we've managed to grab a line output from the factory head unit. But the line output from the factory head unit is at a fixed level. Now that means we have to install a volume control. That's pretty cool because this is the normal volume control, bit awkward to get to because you've got to reach forward. So we've actually installed this really funky volume control down here. We've completely fabricated all of this panel and we've trimmed it to match everything that's down there. It's bonded in so there's no holes drilled, and this is our master volume.
Ready for your fifth and final question.
If I tap it, it becomes a subwoofer level control. So I can now turn up and down the subwoofers, which are the lower woofers in the door. And if I just leave it, it's going to float back to the master volume control. So that is pretty cool. We could use the existing amplifier and we could take the output from the amplifiers, which is the easy thing to do. And in fairness, that's what a lot of people would do. But the SQ, the sound quality, is so much better if you can nick the signal when it comes directly out of the head unit, even at a fixed line level. Now, the great thing about these new Audison amplifiers, they don't come, but you've got the option of this DRC controller, and you can program the DRC controller to be a master volume control. That is exactly what they're designed for, and it's exactly what we're using it for in this application. So, how's the sound? Well, it's always difficult to demo the sound, which is why I don't do it on a mobile phone, although lots of people ask us to do it. What I can tell you is it has an astonishing amount of bass. So considering we've got an 8-inch woofer in the door, which is pretty much free air, we've done a lot of soundproofing work in there, but we have got a massive amount of bass, and it's extended as well. Very much like when we do the Porsche 911s, we use a very similar setup with the AP8 woofer in the bottom of the door, driving it actively and gaining lots of bass. When the car came in, it had a subwoofer on the rear shelf. That was doing absolutely nothing. It was an awful active subwoofer, and in fact someone's had a go at upgrading it before. They had installed a set of Hertz woofers in the bottom of the door, but not changed the tweeters. Now, you know, the Hertz woofers are great, but if you just screw a speaker into a hole without carrying out the acoustic work in the door, it ain't never going to work. We tell this over and over again. The installation is more important than the speaker. So I reckon I could have got more mid bass from the factory woofer by soundproofing the door than what some aftermarket person has got from putting a Hertz woofer in the bottom of the door and not soundproofing the door. It's a total waste of time. So that's what they've done for an upgrade. We stripped all that out. We stripped out the active subwoofer, and I can tell you we've got 10 times the amount of bass from the doors as what we were getting from the active sub. Now, if you wanted to take this system to the next level, which would be very, very easy, I would build a custom down-firing subwoofer in the back there. So I'd get a slimline sub, build a custom enclosure, face it down so you can still stack stuff on top of it. It could sit in the center or off to one side, and you could get oodles of deep bass then. Only adding a few kilos. We just use a slightly different Class D amplifier, which is hidden underneath there, which will give us that extra panel, that extra channel to drive the system. So there you go. An awesome upgrade in this car. I am blown away with how good it is. This particular customer did not want a separate subwoofer. We've achieved incredible bass, really, really good sound quality. It's a fully time-aligned setup, so from the driver's seat, it sounds absolutely stunning. Very little weight added to the vehicle. It has taken us 3 days to complete it. So, you know, you've got to think about that. But we do have 7 courtesy cars now. So if you're dropping your vehicle with us, you're not going to be stuck. You can take a courtesy car. So there you go. That's about the size of it. Thank you very much for watching. Absolutely stunning car. After spending a day setting it up, I've decided I'm going to get myself one next week. Thanks for watching.